Hey folks, welcome to another day, another unboxing. I've got the Realme 10 Pro 5G here in Coca-Cola Edition. Yes, this is quite the partnership. Pretty exciting. Look at the shimmer on this box. Very, very cool. Coca-Cola brand right there, and nothing too much on this side, just Realme. So what we know here is that it has 8 gigs of RAM and 120 gigs of storage on this model. You can see the details, 120 Hertz boundless display. It's actually LCD. 108 megapixel ProLight camera with lossless 3x zoom. And Snapdragon 695, 5000 milliamp hour battery, 33 watt charging. Nothing too crazy going on here, honestly. But it's a partnership that's kind of fun. So let's unbox this. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look at that. Super cool. Pop, Coca-Cola. All right, now we've got this fun little Coca-Cola bottle here in this divider. So let's take this out and then see if we can peel this off, right, in a second. We got the phone here. Very cool. Can't wait to see that. Then we have another divider here. Ooh, a case and the chargers, of course. So we get a translucent kind of smoky case. TPU, you know, perfectly fitted. Get you started if you want to protect your phone. And then we've got 33 watt charger, Super VOOC. There you go, 33 watt. USB-A. And then we have the USB-A to C cable right here. You can see the A end here and the C end is down there. So again, nothing too unusual here. Pretty standard for BBK group phone, like a Realme or Oppo or OnePlus. So that's it for the box. There's really nothing else in here, no earbuds or anything. Let's take a look at this right here. That's cool. So see if I can peel this off. Here we go. You ready, guys? That's satisfying. So here we go. I love it. It's quite something. I've got a bunch of stickers, nice. And then, hey, welcome to the Realme family. Realme Coca-Cola. So let's peel this off as well, shall we? Here we go. And let's take a look at all of this stuff. I think that's it. Okay. It's the real thing, Coca-Cola. Ooh, I guess there's some promo stuff here as well. Look at this. It's shaped in the shape of a can and says something. First collaboration. I guess they're numbered. This is number 9498. Yeah. And then, haha, look at this. A SIM removal tool in the shape of a bottle cap. Very, very cool. So you get some cool stuff here that's kind of unique to this product. Very nice to see some stuff, you know. I mean, if you're going to go to the length of buying a phone, that's a special edition. Might as well get all the goods, right? So this, I believe, is a China model. So here's a bunch of stickers. Check it out, including a Coca-Cola branded Realme mascot, you know, Real meow. And yeah, look at that. That's super cool. And I got a little more here, which is really nice. All right. And then quick guide. And I believe this is the warranty card. So let's have a look at the quick guide quickly here. If there's anything outstanding. Nah, it's just all the same thing in multiple languages, as you can see. So both sides. All right. Let's move on to the phone, shall we? Here we go. Here's the phone. Let's pull it out and see if there's an iMac sticker for me to remove. Yes. Here we go. Ta-da! Yes. Oh my God, that is so awesome. Check this out, guys. So cool. So yeah, there's really nothing unusual about this phone other than, you know, the obvious Coca-Cola branding and collab here. The themes, when you set up the phone, are also customized to match the phone, so that's kind of cool. Let's talk about this phone real quick in terms of specs. I just turned it on here. So first thing is the display. We're looking at 6.7 inches LCD, 1080p, and 120 hertz, which isn't bad, but it's still an LCD, so nothing too crazy here. You know, this is not a very expensive phone. Street price on this version, I believe, is about $250, you know. So here we go, it's booting up. So under the hood is a Snapdragon 695 5G, not bad, very mid-range. You get different storage and memory options, 6, 8, or 12 gigs of RAM, and you get 128 or 256 gigs of storage. So, you know, not too bad. Surprised you can get 12 gigs of RAM on this though, but because it's an LCD, you have this chin here. You can see the bezel's actually pretty good and even all the way around, but man, that chin, not so great. So, you know, I'm not going to set this up right now because I'm doing an unboxing, but if you set this up, you get all kinds of cool Coca-Cola themes and icons and stuff. All right, let's talk about the rest of it. Inside here is a pretty decent sized battery. So we got 5,000 milliamp hours, 33 watt charging, of course. No wireless charging, as you'd expect. And then the cameras, right? So the front-facing camera is 16 megapixel f/2.5. Again, nothing to write home about. Of course, you can only do 1080p video on the front, like all Chinese phones, it seems. And then the back, though, gets more interesting. So there's two cameras. There's a 108 megapixel main camera, f/1.8, with 0.64 micron pixels and face detect autofocus. No OIS here, but here's the thing. This is a cool camera. I've actually played with the non-Coca-Cola version of this phone before, and I've taken some photos with it, and frankly, I've been very impressed with the image quality coming out of this sensor and with the processing and everything that Realme's done here. The biggest news is that it pixel bins, you know, 9:1, right? Obviously, 3:3. And so, you know, you end up with basically 12 megapixel images out of a 108 megapixel sensor. And so you can also just zoom in 3x, right? That brings you to the kind of middle of the sensor where the pixels are just not binned anymore. So you get 0.64 micron pixels, but low light, that's not going to help you very much, but in good daylight, you can get some really nice 3x shots that aren't digitally zoomed because you're actually using native pixels. And that's one of the few phones to do this at this price point. Of course, the Realme 10 Pro Plus does it as well because it's the same sensor. But I think it's a very interesting thing that it brings to the table. So, you know, you can shoot 108 megapixel if you want, but you get 12 megapixel pixel bin photos in normal daylight and at night, and then if you zoom in up to 3x, you basically don't have any loss because, you know, you just lose light. So you have to kind of like not do that in low light. But ultimately, I still think this is a really cool feature to have on a $250 phone, right? So yeah, that's basically the gist of this phone. Let me walk you through the edges real quick. You've got volume rocker, power lock key here with an embedded fingerprint sensor. On the bottom here, you've got a speaker grill, USB Type-C, primary microphone, and the headphone jack. Nice to have a headphone jack. And here on the left side, you don't really have much other than the SIM slot, which is also the micro SD card slot. On the top here, you get a secondary microphone here, and that's basically the layout of this phone, right? So nothing too spectacular, but it's $250. And more importantly, this is the Coca-Cola phone, which is what we came here for. It's really cool. So yeah, exciting to see a decent phone at $250, but also this fun co-branding exercise. You know, I'm not a Coca-Cola fan or anything. I do like Realme phones though, but you know, they've done a lot of really cool partnerships, especially with games and kind of manga. And it's kind of interesting to see them hit like a big partnership with a brand like Coca-Cola. And kind of to choose an upper budget range phone to do that with, right? So very interesting idea. So yeah, that's a quick look at this phone. I just wanted to point out also this does have stereo speakers. It uses the earpiece up here for the secondary speaker, of course. And it does have NFC in some markets, so you can use it for Android Pay, which is nice. So that's it, folks. A quick look at the Coca-Cola edition of the Realme 10 Pro. Pretty cool phone for the money. And on top of that, super cool because this is limited edition Coca-Cola branded. So let me know in the comments if you're in a market that sells this phone, would you buy it? Maybe you're a Coca-Cola fan and you want it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, Tell me in the comments, like, subscribe, tell your friends, click the little notification bell. And remember to listen to my podcast, mobiletechpodcast.com. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Spotify, everywhere good podcasts can be found. So you can subscribe and tell your friends. And remember, if you want to help me out, there's a Patreon, patreon.com/tankgirl. That's patreon.com/TNKGRL. You have a nice video version of the podcast that comes out a day or two in advance. And you also get access to the Discord server and a bunch of other perks. So consider that. That's it, folks. I'll have another video soon. Until then, cheers, everybody.